Hey guys, in today's video, we are going to be talking about my number one favorite company to trade, to invest in, to talk about. That is none other than Tesla. And we are going to talk about some things that no other news source has ever even revealed to date. There is not a single news source that I know of in existence that has picked up on some of the things that I have learned about Tesla so far. I want to talk about those things, and I want to share some of this information that, like I said, has not been shared yet on any other news source that I have heard about. Let's jump into this. Alright guys, so I want to start this video off by saying this video in no way, shape, or form has any physical evidence to it. I don't have, emails or company documents from Tesla stating any of the facts that I'm going to be talking about today. So take this with a grain of salt, take this for entertainment purposes, whatever. But according to my source, according to the person that told me all of this, this is all factual, real information that has come down from the top, Elon Musk himself, and some of the plans that Tesla has here for 2019 and plans for 2020. So let's get into these really quick. So guys, the first piece of information that I found out about Tesla is that they are planning on doing a model refresh on the Model S for the year 2020. Now, a model refresh is nothing new. This is nothing that's, groundbreaking in terms of knowing something that everyone else doesn't. The Model S has needed a refresh for quite some time. It first came out in 2012. While I still think the car is really beautiful and really sexy, the Model S just kind of needs a refresh. It needs some updating. As you can see right here on the screen, beautiful, beautiful car. In terms of styling, I love the car. I love the handles. I love pretty much everything on the Tesla Model S. But it is getting old. Like I said, 2012 was the original body style. This is going to be it right here. You can see the grille on the original Model S kind of looked like a mouth. It wasn't that attractive. 2016, I want to say mid 2016, this was changed. Don't quote me on that. To this more kind of Model X-ish grille, and that is the current body style that you are going to be seeing here with the 2018s, 2019s, and beyond, basically, at least for now. Now, according to my source, the Model S is going to have a lot more characteristics and styling cues taken from the Model 3. Now, I have yet to do a review video on my Model 3. As some of you know, or most of you probably know, I currently have a Model 3. I love the car, beautiful styling, very simple, very elegant, very easy to use, easy to drive, easy to understand. Love this vehicle, but from what I am hearing from my source, some of the styling cues that we are going to be seeing in the new Model S in the 2020, we are going to be seeing styling cues taken from this Model 3. One of the other things that is going to be included in the new Model S is that they are going to be going away from the two screens as of current and going to a single screen like the Model 3. Now, from what I hear from my source is that a lot of people aren't always necessarily happy with this idea. From what I've heard, Tesla's been getting a lot of little notices from your touchscreen in your Tesla. You can send and give customer feedback on thoughts of what you think about your vehicle. In the Model S, you are going to be seeing the two touchscreen model in the Model S. So in the Model S, you have the steering wheel, you have your gauge cluster, which also has another screen, and then you have your large 17-inch vertical touchscreen. From what I've heard from my source, you do tend to hit your knee, or people are complaining about hitting their knee on the screen. I do think it's a little childish and a little silly, but from the reports, from what I am hearing, this is going to be the new design for the new 2020 Model S as well. So something to keep in mind and something to be thinking about for the new styling features going into the 2020 Model S. Next report that I got from my source is that the much anticipated, especially in my book, the very exciting official release from Elon Musk about the Tesla truck will be happening this year in 2019. Now, there have been a lot of rumors circling recently, probably over the past year or so, about the Tesla truck. We've seen different designs, we've seen different potential ideas of what this Tesla truck could look like. We're told that, according to Elon Musk in an interview, that this is going to be more like a cyberpunk looking truck. It's not going to go with some of the conventional styling features that a normal truck, kind of like my Raptor, has it does not have a lot of those similar traditional styling cues. You can see it takes a lot of its styling cues from the Tesla Semi that is currently out. It will be interesting to see if any of these styling cues are actually real. Ironically enough, you can see an F-150 kind of fitting in the bed of this render here. But the report currently is that Tesla is going to be actually officially releasing the rendering of the Tesla truck. That is something that I'm very excited for, and especially as Americans in general, we love our trucks. So this is something that I am super pumped for, and I'm definitely going to be on the list for one of the very first people to put a deposit down for the Tesla truck. I will say this though, I am hoping that the styling is going to be slightly different than what we've seen on the screen. It's not my favorite, but it's a Tesla truck. I don't care really what it looks like. I will end up ordering one of these things. And the biggest news that I have heard recently from my source about Tesla is that there is going to be a new partnership formed between Apple and Tesla. Two of the biggest companies in really the tech sector kind of are going to be coming together. This is something that no other news article or other news source that I have heard of has come out with anything about this, but Tesla is reportedly working on an interface for their vehicles that will incorporate some sort of program or software with Apple. This is interesting because if you do own a Tesla currently, you will know that Tesla does not support Apple or Android Auto. There's no like interface or integration. I currently love the fact that Apple, but Tesla has Slacker Music. Slacker to me has been a really great interface. I currently have XM radio on a trial basis in my 2019 Ford Raptor. I do not love the XM radio. I think it's very cumbersome. I think it's very just clunky and not a great internet radio. I really have liked Slacker. I like the fact that I can like and dislike music, and I can kind of create my own station. I can search for songs in there. So I have actually really loved the interface that Tesla has currently, yet you hear through the rumor mill that Apple and Tesla are going to be partnering together in order to create some sort of new interface for this music service. So I am very excited to see how that all kind of unfolds. That is news to me. I have not heard anywhere else that anyone has been talking about that, but that is supposedly in the works and will be released this year in 2019. So anytime that you get Apple and Tesla partnering together, that news when it comes out is going to be massive. Now, that brings me to my final conclusion with this Tesla video. As of current, we just recently on Friday saw Tesla slide roughly about 12%. If you are not dip buying this opportunity right now, I would highly recommend to take a look at the technicals and to take a look at the charts and see if it makes sense for you to make a buy in Tesla. I personally am looking at this play and actually have gotten into it. If you've been following some of my other videos and Instagram stories, I see a lot of value right now in the current price point of Tesla for several different reasons. Anytime that you can buy a multi-billion-dollar company after a large sell-off of 10+%, you're usually looking for just a bounce play. You can usually count on it bouncing, and there are several indicators on why Tesla will continue to uptrend from this. If you didn't hear, Tesla recently had fired, I believe it was 3,000 employees, or roughly 7% of its labor force. That is actually only a firing percentage of roughly around 10% overall number of employees it's hired over the past year. Over the past year, it had hired previous to that 7% layoff of around 30%. So it's roughly still sitting at about 20 to 23% of an overall gain in employees over the past year. It has grown a ton. But with that being said, everyone always loves to, especially news media outlets, love to focus on the negative on Tesla. So they are going to cover when Tesla's laying off employees, but they never talked about the number of employees and the growth that it has experienced. So I think the things to take away from this, especially looking at Tesla in a long-term position, I am bullish on Tesla. I see Tesla being worth a fair market valuation of roughly $400 a share. I still think that it can easily get to that price point. I am, like I said, bullish obviously on it, especially after this nice little sell-off. I see the value in purchasing Tesla at this current share price. If we take a look at the charts, you are going to see this nice line of support, usually right here around the $300 price point. Obviously, it has used this as kind of a level of resistance as well as support as it has broken above and trended below, but it usually does tend to stay in this targeted price point. Yes, we've had some sell-offs down here to $250, $247 is the low on the 180-day chart, but it has used this level, especially in recent times. It has used this level of support right here at about $297 to $300, and you see a nice little run up in price up here, and that is about a return of about 15-16%. So I like this for a swing trade. I am very bullish on swing trading Tesla anywhere in this price point. Yes, it may sell off and get down to here. No, if it starts to sell off, will I sell my position out? No, I will actually just start to buy down to the 250. Anytime you can pick up Tesla around the 250 mark, that to me is just like free money, like free money. That's where I end up loading up quite a bit. And like I said, I see Tesla as a long-term hold where it can be up here in the $400 price range. There are so many great things going on with Tesla. Obviously, the Model Y will be announced here in 2019. That is not any new news whatsoever. The Roadster is going to be released in 2020. Again, not new news whatsoever. But with this massive recent sell-off, it just begs the question with an RSI of 22 on the 180-day chart. It just begs the question, hitting this massive level of support at that $300 price range, why would you not buy? And personally, I'm going to be picking up more shares. I would love to hear your comments in the section below. What do you think about this new Apple news? What do you think about the current share price being at roughly about $299, $300 a share? What are you doing? Are you planning on buying this for a swing trade? Are you planning on buying it for a long? Are you shorting Tesla? Why are you shorting Tesla? Please leave those comments down below. I'm excited to hear what y'all have to say. Talk to you soon. Bye.